Hello, hello everyone. Welcome back on this day 15 of our SOC Analyst L1 Masterclass. So this series is about to, we are in the halfway. So 15 sessions are, today's 15th day, 14 sessions are completed. So hopefully you are enjoying this series. So we are live now, so share as much as you can so more people can join on this stream. You can ask question in the chat box. You can share your thoughts on Telegram or other resources. So till now, we learned about logs, Windows, the Linux logs, Windows logs, and how they play an important role in security operations, right? But as an SOC analyst, you will not be manually reading thousands of logs daily. So that's where the SIM tools, which is security information and event management tools, comes in. Okay, so the today's topic is the top SIM tools. So as an associate analyst, it's you have to know about the top tools in the market. So as we understand the leading SIM tools in the industry, or in today's session particularly, we are talking about the top SIM tools in the industry, their features, and why they matter for us as an associate analyst. So that's going to be our today's talk. And in the previous session, we already discussed like how you can install Vaiju, a basically open source SIM tools in your system. So I provided you some commands. So hopefully you installed it. So tell me in the comments how many of you installed Vaiju dashboard or Vaiju agent in your system. Basically Vaiju agent or Vaiju dashboard in your system with the provided commands I give you in the slides. Okay, so I'm going to show you the recap of previous session, so you will get a idea about like what we are doing, or what or where are we currently right now. And then we start today's session, as many of people are still joining. So welcome back everyone. Drop some comments so I can see like who is basically watching this stream. Some new people or maybe the old ones. Okay, so let's quickly recap the previous session. So in the previous session, we talked about the SIM tools overview. So why SIM is important, like why you need SIM tools, what is SIM? So the key definition of SIM, which is security information and event management tools, why we use SIM tools, basically using for collecting logs from different sources. If you have uh, if you have multiple sources like cloud or Windows or Linux or maybe web server, firewall, right? So if you have different sources, so how you can collect logs from them. So you have SIM tools, you can detect suspicious activities, you can generate some alerts. Then the core functions of these SIM tools we talked about. Then the key difference between SIM and log management tools, and then the SIM architecture, why the SIM is important, how it is collecting the examples of top SIM tools. Then though this is the command you need to run in your system. So in particularly, I provided you the command to install the Vaiju manager or Vaiju dashboard plus Vaiju agent. So agent is something like you have to forward the logs from the agent, and in Vaiju manager you will basically collect it. So these all are the commands. So hopefully you go through it, and then how to install Vaiju agent, and then so that's it. So this will be the installation steps for installing Vaiju in your system. So tell me in the comments how many of you installed Vaiju dashboard or Vaiju agent in your system. And then we talk about our today's topic, which is top SIM tools overview. Like I'm going to differentiate between top tools we have in the industry, like Splunk, QRadar, Logarithm, or Microsoft Sentinel, or Greylog, Vaiju, right? So I'm going to differentiate, but tell me in the comments how many of you installed Vaiju in your system, or if you face any particular issue, or you are not able to install in your Linux OS in your VM particularly, tell me in the comments. So when we about to learn sim tools, one question you have in your mind, like why we need to learn about sim tools, right? We are talking about logs, we are talking about sim tools, but why we have to learn about sim tools? Why the log system, or why we cannot analyze the logs using any other tools or any other options that are available in the market, like some, suppose, log management tools, right? So why specifically we need sim tools that are available in the market? Because every organization uses some sim solutions for monitoring. So you have to specific, like why sim is important, why log management is not particularly doing the work you want to do with the sim. Okay. And in when you give job interviews, so they often ask about popular sims, like what type of sim you are using, or if you have uh, performed some hands on any other or any of the sim tools available in the market. And then hands-on familiarity, big plus for us as a SOC analyst. So if you go through any of them, whatever sim tools you have, like you use Splunk, or maybe you use QRadar or Vaiju, so if you have some hands-on, or if you perform some hands-on, so it will be a big plus, because you can clear your job interviews with the help of that. Then the different tools basically suits different environments. So suppose you are looking for a cloud based sim tools, then we have a, a particular tool. If you are if you about if you are looking for on premise based sim tools, then we have. If you are looking for an hybrid, then we have. Okay. So then I categorize some of the sim tools, which is like what you have as an open source and what you have as an commercial or enterprise purpose. Okay, so as an open source, you have Vaiju, you have ELK, you have Grelo. These three are the open source and free. So as an student, you can install these SIM solutions in your system, because if you are about to install Splunk in your system, you need a commercial license. I'm not saying like Splunk is not giving you free trial. Yes, the cloud trial is free for 15 days, but if you are basically looking for any particular open source free tool for more months or more days, then Vaiju is the solution. Okay, so Vaiju, ELK, and Greylog. So in previous session, I already give you the command to install Vaiju in your system. If you are using AMD 64 based operating system or x86 based system, so you can easily install Vaiju with the help of these commands. Okay, so I got one comment is like from Jolly, which is saying my Kali Linux is still updating and unpacking processes. Is it taking a log process to do so? So Jolly, if you are using a old version of Kali Linux, and if your internet is not particularly that much fast, so maybe you are facing some problem. So either use a high speed internet, or you can reinstall Kali Linux with new packages. So go to the kali.org, re-download the new Kali version, and then install it in your system. So another comment is like Rahul, hello Rahul, and the princess. So he's saying like we are going to do some practical today. So yeah, we are going to do practical, but not today, tomorrow. Because first I have to give you the insights about those sim tools, because you need to know about these sim tools. Like suppose I'm going to say I'm using Vizu, and you are going to say like you are using Splunk. So why I'm going to use Vizu or why you are going to use Splunk? So that will be a key difference, because as you see in the job interviews, top hiring manager are asking about what sim tools particularly you do your hands on. and you said like you have the expertise on Vaiju, but they say they are looking for Splunk, or they are basically looking for QRadar. So you have to know about this, like what type of categories you are familiar with, and why, what is the key difference of all these SIM tools. So that's why I created this session, and then we will learn, or going to do the practicals as for tomorrow. So open source, we have Vaiju, ELK, and Greylog. And for commercial purpose, we have Splunk, QRadar, and Microsoft Sentinel and ArcSight. Right? There are much more SIM tools available, which I'm not going to particularly put here, but Logarithm or Sumo Logic. Right? So these are two more tools. Basically, I heard about a lot via hiring managers. So Splunk, QRadar, Microsoft Sentinel, or ArcSight. These are four commercial enterprise-based SIM tools we have. Okay, so now if we categorize this one by one, so why Splunk is considered? As you see in the market, Splunk is one of the top SIM tools we have. So why Splunk is considered over QRadar or over Vaiju or over Greylog or over ArcSight? So why Splunk is considered? Because it is very market leader in SIM. That's the basic key point. But it provides you some powerful searches or analytics. Using Splunk, you can search in your logs and do much faster analytics, right? It also supports some apps and integrations, as basically, as you know, Splunk is a commercial based SIM. You have to purchase a license for it. So basically, Splunk giving you the solution for enterprises. So it is very expensive, and it is license based on data indigestion, basically data integration. So data means, like if you are about to perform 500 MB data per day, so you have to purchase a license. If you are about to analyze 1 GB data or 2 GB data, so the license based on your uses. And then why Splunk is considered? So it is used by large enterprises, banks, or governments. So suppose you are about to give an interview for SOC analyst. So the company which you basically applied, so the tool they are using, it depends on their clients. If they are handling banks, they are handling government applications, or they are handling large enterprises, so then maybe they are using Splunk. So then you have to use Splunk. Okay, so the scenario of Splunk, QRadar, or any other of the SIM tools you have, the methodology is same. Like maybe in Splunk you find some more options compared to QRadar or compared to Vaiju. So the process is same. You have to collect source. You have to collect logs from different sources. Then you have to provide some searches, or you have to trigger some alert, right? And then create report. But they have some more features, more integrations. Okay, then IBM QRadar. So why IBM QRadar is considered? Because it is strong in threat detection or compliance purpose. It is built in correlation rules. It is integrated with threat intel feeds, or it is easier licensing compared to Splunk. So as I know in the market, QRadar and Splunk is the top competitor. Okay, either you are going to work on Splunk or QRadar. These two are the top competitor in the market. The all other we have is not particularly as much as looked compared to these two. Okay, so you have to work on Splunk or QRadar, either one of them or both of them. So whenever you are preparing for SOC Analyst L1, you need to prepare, or you need to learn about Splunk. So Splunk is basically giving you a 15 days trial or 14 days trial basically. So if you visit the Splunk website, and if you go to the enterprise or cloud platform, so click on the cloud platform. So basically, if you are about to install the Splunk enterprise version, so you need to create an account, you can obtain a license, and then you can install this in your system. But as a cloud platform, basically Splunk is hosted on the cloud. You can collect logs from different sources. And then what you need to do to set up this, so Splunk cloud platform, it will help you to analyze or search or visualize and act on your data with a flexible and cost effective data platform services. Okay, so you can click on free trial, and then you do not need any credit card or other things, but you need a business email. Okay, if you are going to use your regular email like Gmail or some other email provider you use, like maybe Outlook or some other services, so they are not going to work. You need an business email. So what you can do, if you have your college ID, or if you are particularly working in any leading company or whatever you have, so if you have any business email, put the business email here, then password, first name, last name, job title, phone number, company, or other things. So try to register an account here. So when you create an account, you will be provided with cloud platform trial for 14 days. And in 14 days, you can learn the Splunk functionalities, and you can connect this cloud platform to your local system. So basically you can collect logs from different sources, like your Linux logs or maybe your Windows logs, or if you have any cloud infrastructure as well, like AWS account or Azure account or GCP. So you can basically collect logs from different sources, and you can analyze those logs in this Splunk cloud platform. So you need to register here for 14 days trial. If you are not particularly happy with the cloud platform, what you can do, you can go to the enterprise and then click on free trial. So what you can do from Splunk enterprise version, you can search, you can analysis, you can visualize, right, from all your data. So go to free trial, and again you need to create an account. Once you create an account, you are able to download this Splunk enterprise in your system. Okay, and then you need to install it. So the difference between Splunk cloud or Splunk enterprise is, like, Splunk cloud is completely work on the cloud platform, but if you want to download in your local system, then Splunk enterprise is for you. So they are giving Splunk enterprise free for 60 days. Okay, no credit card required. You can easily create an account on this Splunk enterprise, and after that you can you can download it. Okay, and then can install it. So whatever OS you are using, I particularly suggest you, like, you will install this is in on Linux. So the installation on Linux is very easy, but if you are using Windows, then you need to install this enterprise version. So it is basically installed with the Debian package, and you can use the Linux command dpkg-i, and then whatever your package name is, so it will be installed, and then you have to run it. Okay, but first you need to create an account on this application with your business email. You do not need any credit card, but you need an account to download. But if you are using the cloud, then you do not need to download anything. You just have to register it, and your cloud platform will be ready, right? So, and for Vaiju, we are already discussed how you can install it in your system. So particularly what I want to say, like, you need to install this in your system before we can proceed with the practical part. So then we have Microsoft Sentinel, which is cloud native SIM tool. So it is runs on Azure cloud. It basically gives you AI powered analytics. It great for cloud first organizations. If you are particularly looking for any cloud solution, then Microsoft Sentinel is for you, and it is a scalable pay as you go model. So as you want to use it, then you can only pay. So if particularly you are looking for an Azure cloud, then you can use Microsoft Sentinel. Then we have ArcSight. So this is one of the oldest SIM tools we have available in the market. This is have some strong event correlation engine used in defense, telecom, or critical infrastructure. It have some more complex queries to manage. So like we know about these top four enterprise solution for SIM. So according to me, the Splunk is best. But if you are looking for any like QRadar is also you can use. If you are particularly looking for cloud SIM, then Microsoft Sentinel is for you. But we are not particularly using ArcSight. So whatever you find from HR perspective, you will commonly see the Splunk, QRadar, or Microsoft Sentinel. Okay. As for open source, as for open source, you have Vaiju, ELK Stack, and Greylog. So why Vaiju is considered? It is free, open source, it is lightweight, and great for SOC lab. So if you are familiar with like TryHackMe SOC labs or HTB SOC labs, so you need to analyze logs. So you can use Vaiju for free purpose. So in my session, I'm going to use two tools, which is Vaiju and Splunk. Okay, Splunk for commercial purpose and Vaiju as for open source. But if you are not familiar with or do not want to use Splunk or Vaiju, then you can also use QRadar or ELK Stack also. The choice is yours, but I already told you the installation process for both of the tool I'm going to use in my session, which is Vaiju and Splunk. Okay, one commercial tool and one open source tool. So Vaiju is free, lightweight, great for SOC labs. It has the good integration with Elasticsearch or the Vaiju dashboard. So okay, then ELK stack, so Elasticsearch, Logstash, or Kibana. If you are particularly familiar with the cloud narratives, then you are maybe you heard about those things. What is Elasticsearch, Logstash, or Kibana? So what you can do, you can search for these things also, and it is highly customizable dashboards. So why ELK stack is preferred? So you can basically customize your dashboard, what things you need, what you do not need. So ELK stack has that particular customizable opportunity or to customize how to customize your dashboards. Then Greylog, so it is very easy to use. It is focused on log collection and alerting. So no other functionalities are available on Greylog. So it is very low level SIM tool we have as an open source. Though, so this is the now comparison list of these SIM tools. So the tool, the type, the strength or weaknesses. So as you already are aware, like Splunk is commercial. So the strength is powerful search, have integrated apps and ecosystem. It is very expensive. QRadar is also commercial. So it used in compliance purpose, strong correlation alerting rules. It is costly and complex. Then Sentinel, it is cloud based or AI cloud native. This is the strength of Sentinel. And but the weakness is it has Azure dependency. So you need to you have some knowledge about Azure also before using Microsoft Sentinel. Then ArcSight is also commercial. So the strength is event correlation engine or very strong event correlation engine, but it has some complex things or legacy. Then Vaiju or ELK, those both are free. It open source and ELK has custom dashboard flexible. So these are the comparison of this. So why this matter as for SOC analyst, like why you need to learn about top SIM tools we have in the industry? Because particularly when you are looking for job descriptions, so they list specific tools. Like if you go through, if you are particularly looking some job as an SOC analyst and you see some job description JD basically, so they list specific SIM tools. Like you need to or you have that knowledge of Splunk or QRadar or maybe Vaiju or the logarithm or Sumo Logic or all other we have. Then If you know the differences, you can choose the right tool for your organization. So that's the very key point, because sometimes you need to suggest like what they need or what tool they need for the organization. So if you know the key differences, you can choose. And so what you can do, you can hands-on practice with at least one free sim tool. So you will get the idea about the work you need to do on sim. So that's why I'm going to use Vaiju as my primary sim tool, but I'm also going to use Splunk as my secondary commercial sim tool for these sessions. If we follow the market trends as for 2025, so the demand is for cloud native sim. So Splunk basically providing this thing, or Microsoft Sentinel is providing this thing. The AI ML integration becomes becoming standard. As you already know, AI is taking over the market. So the if you have uh, in your sim tool, basically if the integration of AI ML is already integrated, then the organization is choosing those sim. So Splunk is basically providing this AI ML integration. And the tool which basically focus on real time detection. So yes, Splunk gives you that thing. And Splunk sim and SOAR integration, SOAR integration. So basically SOAR, they are some more tools. So in Splunk we can integrate SOAR, right? So it basically automate everything, what sim do and what cannot do. So sim can collect logs from multiple sources, as we know this. It can correlate events for detection. It can generate alerts, and we can manage them on dashboard. What sim cannot do, prevent attack directly. So if you are looking for some solution, like you need to prevent those attacks directly from your dashboard or directly from your manager, you cannot do with this thing with your sim tool. This cannot also replace the endpoint security. So you need to work on EDR tools as well as for L2 or L3 purpose, right? So what you can do as for basic learners, so you can perform some hands-on on Visu. So this is best for SOC labs. You can perform some hands-on on Greylog. So to visualize particularly logs, you can use Greylog. And to design custom dashboards, you can use ELK. Okay, so in particular, these sessions I'm focused on Vaiju, but we can create some uh, extra sessions on Greylog and ELK as well, like on separate series. So now I need to particularly ask you two questions. Like if you focused on this thing, which SIM tools is cloud native? So we talk about, I think, 7 SIM tools. So which is particularly cloud native tools? Either Splunk, Curadar, Sentinel, or ArcSight. So drop some comments if you are familiar with any cloud native tools. Either Splunk, Curadar, Sentinel, or ArcSight. So in all of them, which is cloud native SIM tool? Microsoft Sentinel. Okay, so Microsoft Sentinel is the correct answer. Which open source SIM is often paired with Elasticsearch, right? So which open source SIM tools is often paired with Elasticsearch? Elasticsearch is another tool. So you basically paired with any open source tool. So what is it? Vaiju, Curadar, ArcSight, or Splunk? Some saying D, Splunk. No, Splunk is enterprise level, enterprise. So Vaiju is the correct answer, because Vaiju is the open source SIM. Okay, and if you particularly giving some interviews for a sim, so what you need to keep some things in mind. Like they often ask you one important question, which is which sim you have worked with, right? So you need to prepare for that particular question. If you perform some hands on with Splunk or Viju or Curator or any other. So you have to prepare a particular answer for this question. Every job interview, if you are preparing for SOC analyst L1, they are going to ask this question surely: which sim you have worked with. Then the employers value exposures to top tool, like the top in the market. So if you are familiar with Splunk or Curator, the chances of you to hire for hiring is quietly increased. Then if you, even if you practiced only free sim, then you can explain your learning path. So then maybe the hiring manager gives you some chance. Then show understanding of concepts, not just tool. Like particularly some in some interviews, they are not particularly looking for the person who performed some hands-on these sim tools, but particular for particular person who understand the concepts, like what they need to do, what is logs, how they can create alerts, how to connect the log sources to these sim tools. So if you have the concepts or clear understanding of the concepts, so they particularly ask those things. Okay, so this is the summary for this particular session, which is the sim, what you already know, the know about top commercial and open source tool. You can do your own research also. Like maybe I particularly pick the top commercial tools, but maybe I not include some more top commercial tools. So you can do your own research also for top commercial or open source tool. You can read the documentations of how you can install in your system, like the top or open source or commercial. The cloud native sims are the future, keep that thing in mind. So because maybe the organization right now is working on Splunk or Viju or whatever you have the names in your mind, but they are shifting to cloud native tools. So it's important to learn about cloud native tools as well. And if you performed some hands-on Vaiju or ELK, so it basically gives you a strong foundation. And the sim skills is basically gives you or prepare you for job ready as as a SOC analyst. Okay, so now you need to, now in next session we are basically do some hands-on on Vaiju first. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the basic SIM use cases, like the threats, the vulnerabilities, the attacks, and the Vaiju integration. So what I'm going to do, basically I installed Vaiju in my Linux, in my Kali Linux. So I'm going to forward the Linux logs to the Vaiju manager, from Vaiju agent to Vaiju manager, and then we basically filtered something and create some alert. So wait for tomorrow. Yes, we are taking session for tomorrow. No, no delays. We are connecting tomorrow on the same time with the Vaiju demonstration or Vaiju learning. Okay. And now you can ask me some questions if you have any. And you can also join the next live I'm going to take in a few minutes, which is about burp suite. So if you are interested in learning a burp suite, so you can join that stream also, which is going to which is about to live in a few minutes. Okay, so Bob Suit sessions are already going on. There are 4 sessions. You can watch this if you want to catch up. Or today is day 5. So today we are going to learn the target tab or proxy tab. Okay, so you can check out the other videos as well, and pin some comment, drop some comments, like what other topic should I choose to create new series. Okay, so now if you have any question, you can ask me. You can follow the, you can check out the resources link, which is available in the video description. You can join the Telegram group for doubt discussion or the important updates or the resources which I particularly share on those groups, you can join the WhatsApp community for new alerts. You can connect me on these platforms. The links are available uh, in the video description. Okay. So the Bob suit session is in Hindi only. But when the Hindi sessions are completed, I will relaunch it in English also. Okay, because currently what happened when I started the series, so few of the subscribers asked me to create sessions in Hindi. So particularly I create all those Bob suit sessions in Hindi. Now if I switch in English, so maybe it will create some conflicts. So wait till this series ends of Bob suit in Hindi, then we will use English as well. Then I will relaunch the series in English. Okay, or if you you can, if you are comfortable with subtitles, so you can use that also. Okay, so join the next stream, which is about to begin in few minutes, and you can ask me if you have anything. Join tomorrow also at 8:30 p.m. IST for YU demonstration and the use cases of SIM. Okay, thank you everyone for joining. See you in the next stream, and those who are not interested in Bob Suit, see you tomorrow. Take care. Good night. Bye bye.